Say I'm proud of the two guys getting ready to come up here. They've done an awesome job. Mose and Aiden have been awesome. I had a chance to recruit those guys, involve them. Super proud of their development and our team, where we're at right now, big time from where we were a year ago. So fire away.
Well, specifically about those two guys, what have you seen? They were freshmen last year.
Yeah.
What have you seen?
Just since they got here in last January, just how they've matured. They've worked their butt off. They've learned the system. Like, they're playing like vets right now, both of them. I think both of them playing as freshmen was invaluable. You know, Caleb Woodson's another guy. Those three guys played a lot of snaps as freshmen. And what happens is now they're that much farther ahead of the curve, making plays, knowing what to do. I think you see the communication. I think obviously Aiden's had a really great camp, just the ability to catch the ball, get open. Mose has, been one of our leaders on defense. But a year ago, they were just figuring out where the library was, and now they're making calls and checks. And you wouldn't know a year ago they just got here.
Is that a common developmental run where you have to see a little bit taste of action before you can really do it?
Yeah, and they have an advantage because both those guys come from great high school programs that were advanced, and they had really good teams and played for championships. So that always helps when you got guys coming from teams with quote-unquote championship DNA. But you can just see the maturity and the growth of both those guys, and they're great kids. And I'm obviously proud of them because, getting to be around them, recruiting and all that stuff. So to see their development, Aiden's been a weapon on offense, and then Mose has really done a nice job in the boundary for us.
Is there a Tennessee pride there? Those guys?
Yeah, they got a ton of pride. It's good football over there. We've got 4 guys that are doing really well. Lance Williams had a really good camp. I know a lot of catches today with Chance making some plays. So really excited about those guys, and we're recruiting that area hard, and so some good players.
I know you're on defense, but we saw the quarterbacks go live a little bit out there. Has there been a lot of that
yeah,
spring?
It's been really good, and I think the quarterbacks need it as much as anybody because, they got to get a feel for running the football and when the ball, when it's live, where they're going to really go and if they're going to be tackled, if they can really make a play. I talked to both of them afterwards. They said it's been invaluable for them, just the speed of the game and the reality of the game, because it is blocking and tackling and hitting in reality. And so there's a lot of times, I'd have got that first down, or he would have tackled me there. Then you get to see for real whether or not those are going to happen. And I think those guys, it's benefited both guys tremendously. They've both done a nice job. They both had good scrimmages.
Even though they're live, you still tell your guys on defense, like, don't go all live. And McDonald had a free run at Pop today on that sack.
We coach our guys that we want to take care of each other. If there's a chance for a cheap shot that's going to hurt somebody, we're going to avoid it. And we want to practice smart. Our guys, we hope they have great careers going in the NFL, and you don't want to take some unnecessary hit on a guy. But it's a full-speed deal. Now, if it's a real deal, it's a real deal. But we do a good job. We've coached it up on defense. They're not going to take a cheap shot. And also, that's probably in a game going to draw a penalty. So we got to be smart and learn to practice smart.
Talk about it being valuable for the quarterbacks to be live. For the defensive players, normally with Kyron and Grant last spring, it was hold up, don't touch them. But now that they're finishing the tackles, how much better does that help with?
It's helped us a ton. Now you can see sometimes with the muscle memory, there's early in the scrimmage, a guy will have a free play on a quarterback and won't do it because he's so trained. His muscle memory hasn't hit live, but it helps our guys. And plus, too, there's a lot of plays that break down that you don't know whether or not he'd be tackled, and now you know. And hey, a couple times I think Pop had a really nice scramble for a touchdown throw, and those are good because it's live. You can see it in real time.
You mentioned Caleb Woodson, obviously working at Star a lot last year. Now this season, kind of shifting over to Will, Mike, kind of cross training there.
Yeah.
What have you liked out of his development?
Oh, he's doing great. He's been playing well, playing fast. I think playing behind Keontae last year, but getting an opportunity to play quite a bit and learn from him. A lot of the Will things you do at Star, so there's a lot of crossover. But I've seen him just really have a good spring, really physical. You get a guy with a really good speed in the box. I think that's helped us. We've been impressed with him and how he's played. And we got a good battle going on over there, which is what we want. And obviously just got a bunch of guys in the mix. So obviously the opportunity to go in there and compete to be the Will, but also his experience having played a ton of snaps last year. Again, like Mose, like Aiden's, paying dividends for him. But he's had a really good camp.
First impressions of Gabe this spring as you're working that.
He's done some really good things. Kind of like he's in the deep end of the pool and he's got to figure out how to swim. And so there's some days where he does really, really well, and there's days where he struggles. Our offense does a lot, and it's a level 9. I like to say it's not early elementary stuff. Some offenses are very simplistic. Ours, we do a lot of shifts, motions, trades. They do a great job, lots of formations. And so what happens is our guys, they've got to now understand it on the umpteenth level. And he's done some good things. He's kind of made some plays. Just the biggest challenge for him to be consistent every day, not be up and down, but done some good things. And the spring's been invaluable. He even told me, he said, had I not been here, I didn't realize how much this will help me. And I look again, I go back to Mose and Aiden. Last spring, they got all those reps, and then they got to play. He's going to help him for the fall, definitely. So still got some things to do as far as gaining weight, getting bigger, stronger, as any freshman does. But he has a really good skill set. He's a physical guy. He likes to hit. He wants to put, tackle and do a lot. He's not afraid of contact, which you like, and he can cover some ground. So got to work on some things, but making some progress.
How about Brody Jones working in that star position as well?
Done a nice job, just learning as he goes. Was a quarterback, so he's on defense. It's like staying at Holiday Express. His food tastes better. He's more handsome when he's on defense, we joke. But done a nice job. Really, again, Brody in a year has made a ton of progress, can run. So we'll see where he ends up. Hopefully he can help us on special teams, and he's getting better and better.
Are you getting Tavarian Copeland some reps at star?
Yeah, just trying to find him a role, trying to find a place for him, where he can help us a little easier to learn at star. And, just being undersized as a young guy, on the perimeter, you can get away with that. Just trying to find a role where he can help our football team.
He's one of those guys. He's about as tall as Gabe and pretty long. Does that position fit better for him than inside right now?
Yeah, you look for guys that have length, that can get their hands and cover ground, and when they come off the edge, they can knock a ball down. It's a hybrid position for a reason. So we look for guys like Keontae today, played really well, and just his length allows for him to make some plays. And so in the recruiting, we try to find longer guys that can run on the edge.